This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning. This is Fari Hemzi. It's about 9:14. I'm running a tad late. I apologize. Our goal is to be around 8:30. So, quick announcements. We will be issuing today our ultimate heretofore stop management tool, which is this baby. It is what's called it's called DMZ. This is it. It's a DMZ ATR alerts. It's a combination of the DMZ plus an LTR. It's all programmable. You can set up what you need based on the assets you're trading. So you go here, for example. Well, one second. Let's just do it right here. Come on, Jack. There we go. If you're there, you can choose how many bar backs you want to look at. There are some suggestions we're going to give you. 6 or 7 for the ES and NQ are perfect. And 1 to 1.5, maybe 2 ATR. ATR gets a little bit bigger when you go out there, but you get a sense for where things are. Okay, it tells you when you overbought, oversold, so you do not jump on the other side by mistake, or use it as stop management. Both of you. Of course, you still get the bubbles. That's going to be added to the Happy Pro. No, I'm sorry, Happy Expert. Yeah, that's it. This is that family, so it's expert area because you got the bubbles. With the bubbles, you're actually getting the early signal which way it's going to go. Okay, so having said that, let's close this baby and let's go to our morning section. Morning brief starts with econ calendar now. Here's your econ calendar. Make sure you have coffee ready. What's econ calendar without coffee? Not very good. 8:30, Empire State. What did it do? Let's take a look. 17. Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. So manufacturing for New York is good. All right. Yeah. It comes from New York Fed. For manufacturers in New York State. Okay. That's why I call it Empire State. New York has to be different. Even though the only place that's named twice, New York, right? But they have to be different. All right. Good for them. Tomorrow, Big Kahuna. Retail sales at 8:30. Wow, they're expecting to be a little bit on the lower side. This is Feb. Yeah, probably. Okay. I think we're gonna beat that. I really do. But is it gonna be a big one? I don't know. This obviously was huge, but I think we're gonna beat that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Then we have industrial production at 9:15. Not too crazy about it. I do want to see what housing is going to do. Not crazy about inventories. Wednesday, big day. You had housing starts and permits. Both of them are crucial. You've got what do you call it? Oh, geez. We got a EIA plus FOMC meeting tomorrow. So the announcement is going to be at 2. Then you got a presser at 2:30 and some rock and roll. So keep your ammo dry. You need all you got for Wednesday. Okay. So tomorrow's going to be a small one on the retail sales, industrial production, maybe not so crazy about it. And then that's it. So we could be in a suspended animation tomorrow. Remember, historically, that's how it happens. Then you got Wednesday, which is going to be big and busy. Thursday, jobless claims as always. It's very important. Philly Fed, yes. LEI, you bet you. Although I probably pay attention to this than most people like to, but because again, everything I do is trying to forecast the future. That's started with my last position at Northrop to get into strategic planning. I got hooked about looking out there, and then of course nothing there. So I think by my opening the cash open on the Thursday, things are going to get very quiet. Now, Friday is expiration. Keep that in mind. And then 20th is Persian New Year, beginning of spring. So I'll take a day off on Saturday. How's that? How generous of you guys for giving me that day off. That's commendable. All right. So 19th is going to be quiet because of expiration. Next week is going to be week after that. It's going to be the 4th week of the month. As always, that's going to be very busy. All right. Having said that, let's go to charts quickly. Okay. Here's your PMT. We made a new high on Thursday. We could not get there on Friday. Sideways. I suspect we have to be careful today watching what kind of a day we get out of this one. Let's see. Why is that? Remember, these are not prepared remarks. This is just I'm mentioning to you what as I see them. Here we go. We got two handle here. There we go. I thought so. Yeah, and 11. That's not a sign of much of a big move. So I would be on my hands and knees. I'm not saying I'll be sitting on my hands. I'll be sitting on my head, trying to just focus on do I have a breakout or breakdown in the prices, so that does it justify me getting in? Don't get in just because you see it's that time and you have to be long or short. Forget that. Okay, let's go to I'm saying timer. Let's jump here. 62. We pulled back at that. Again, we're below 150. So volume is half and 6.7. This is down to our ratio. Yeah, quiet. Only thing notable, the CI diff continues to rise, having gone through that cross down there. So we're good. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Now, DT trenders, as expected, trends went to new highs on Friday. Bravo. So did Russell. So why is NDX lagging? That's what we need to find out. That's what we need to find out. Mainly, my guess is probably the FANG. The big techs are not. This tells me big techs are not cooperating that much. They have come up, but look, we're still below 50 bar. That's not very healthy compared to where we are with other ones. And that's the only one that's negative, 1.6%, which is 50 bar for NDX. All right. Now, moving forward, SP1 Momo. Buy. We're on bottom, buy and buy there on the mechanical system. We obviously got the cross here. This is about to go to a positive cross on CI diffs. We went to 80. We talked about that on Friday. We hit 80 on Friday. Let's see what it is today. But it's still the high for the week was like 120. Nothing much to worry about here. If it gets over 140, near 160, I'll start worrying about it, but nothing there yet. Morning, Jack. Morning, Michael. Now, SP1 Momo. Let's see. We're in the channel, but +3, +2, +3. See where we are? That's huge. That's huge. I would be worried a little bit here. And remember, this is way ahead of the index. That's the beauty of this indicator. So, does it say we're getting done with the upside? Not necessarily, but it does say we're getting tired. So the marginal move up is lower and lower. So somewhere in here, we may take a pause on PMT and go flat. All right, 446. Now, we've had a couple of shakes here. I understand that. But we've been long from somewhere in here, I think. February 4th, I think it is. I don't know. I forget. Hold on. Just to be sure here. PMT, it's, as you know, recently we've added them to the chart. January 22nd. There we go. That's the January 22nd. This is as of what do you call it? In the afternoon of Thursday, January 22nd. Murray. So somewhere in here, we went gone long from here. So yeah, it's a pretty good, decent run from 3841. Yeah, so yeah, it's 100 points we've captured, except it's been shaking between. Yeah, walls are very high. Walls are very high. Here we go. Speaking of walls, look where we are now. I mean, we have come down, but look where it's been before. These 2 days were shaky, really nuts. This is the GameStop day. Okay, that's the day OTF got into trouble. Okay, and we mentioned that. We stand by it. Yes, it did. When OTF was put together, and any modifications to it since the release back in 16 or 17, we've never had a day like that, where one stock gets shorted 50% over or 30% over its maximum float. there must be some hanky panky. How did you deliver those shares if above the floor? So anyhow, we're at 2147 currently. That's live VIX. Nothing to write home about, but we got to break these levels. We got to go to teens, at least get to 18, 17. Now I feel more comfortable where we are. Okay, J21 still is lead on the crude. Crude has also come down. You can see it almost here. It gets bunched up, goes into a congestion area. That's where the vol drops. Okay. Moving forward, SKEW rising at that. Yeah, that's in line, but not alarming. It's only at 140. Let it get to 3 sigma or 147, 146, 148, that area that's close to the 150 limit, and about 3 sigma. Now it starts to worry. To me, it's the pattern plus the value. So, but pattern comes first, value second. That's what I'm looking at. Not there yet. But if that happens again, we're setting ourselves up for a decent drop, as you guys saw. We said March 1st through 14th, the first couple of weeks of March, and the low that put in was on the 4th. Yeah. Bo, who follows this, kept on tweeting me about here, private messaging me from about here. Hey, Ferry, look at the indicator you were looking at. Look where it is. I said, I know, I realize. And so I sent him a chart, and he says, "Is it you think it's going to happen?" I said, "I don't know. We don't know. These indicators give signals. Doesn't mean they're always going to be right. But in aggregate, if you are relying on multiple indicators, and they all start giving you signals, the chance of you being wrong is very small. It's aggregate that matters. Just like voting, it's aggregate that matters. It's not individual. Or the market, it's aggregate. All right. Up here, we're at 70 on SP2. We're done on the downside for a rendezvous. We're heading up to an upside rendezvous. We're at -6, which is, by the way, tomorrow, I believe, we switch over to, you can see how close it is, the H versus J. The H is for the VIX. That's March. This is April. Yeah, this is April, yeah. So we're going to be long April and short July. I'm wondering why this hasn't triggered yet. We should be on J now. As of Friday close, we should. Okay, we'll look into it, but maybe most likely today the VIX will roll, because VIX is probably tomorrow's just last day, and then it sells Wednesday morning at the open. So we may have to roll this. We'll find out a little bit later on tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on these two. Okay. Same thing we do with the J and K. Now, one more thing on. You see the M contract is taken over, so we take H out. Okay. J and K we're watching. Okay, K is not lead yet, but then if you look at this is what I want to show you. Oh, there we go. We're very close. We still have not that M take over. So today it should. I'll be surprised. All right. Let me save what we got quickly. Always remember to save. Okay. Now, that treasuries, and then one more chart too. Treasuries here. What time is it? 9:28. Okay. Again, downtick on the front end. Sideways here. Very little change there. Very little change on 10-year, which is about 1.61. No, we divide this by 10. And 2.37 on the long term. Okay. I know some refinancing have been canceled. I realize that, but I think there's just too much reaction. It could be that, remember, after multiple refinancing, you get too used to a lot of lower rates. The moment rates come up, it doesn't make sense for you to refinance. Why? Because you already have a pretty decent rate. Yeah. Okay. Now, this chart we missed talking about on Friday. There we go. This is the, sorry about the ads there. I don't have control over that. There we go. One second. One second. I'm good. All right. And this is what we got. Went to almost new high. Well, new high on Thursday, but then we tested, tried to retest it. Didn't get there yet. It's okay. Not this young. I'll think it's Wednesday. And then we had we had the indicator go to 86. It's cutting into the two moving averages. The separation is getting bigger. So don't know what to make out of it yet. That's what it is. Okay, but that's where we are. All right. Overnight, very quickly. Overnight. Okay, here's your overnight. Again, 2.5 indeterminate. Archives were posted. We'll be working on this with you guys, setting up a webinar for this. See the double bubbles is trying to go through, so on and so forth. Okay, this concludes our meeting today. Morning, Charlie. This concludes our webinar this morning. Market is opening up. I'll get it posted for you guys, and then we move forward. All right.